Hey people, what's up? Back at you again this afternoon with another Moralities Moment. Second video in my vid series entitled Seek Happiness Within. Today's note says when you don't seek happiness within, you will inevitably seek it outside yourself. Placing your pursuit of happiness in someone else's hands leads to low self-esteem, compromised morality, low standards in choosing friends and mates, and poor emotional and physical health. This creates openings that can be exploited by those who want something from you. They can take advantage of you by giving you temporarily what you seek. They can tell you things that make you feel good, that feed your ego, and that satisfy your search for happiness. They again can gain your trust, influence your responses to situations, and ultimately shape your decisions. On yesterday, first thing I said was your happiness depends on three things, all of which are in your power: your will, your attitude, and deeds or actions. Again, you have everything you need on the inside of you to be happy. You know, the Bible tells us that the Spirit of God dwells on the inside of a believer. And that's where happiness starts. Happiness starts with God, having that relationship with God. What happens is, when we seek external stimuli, we're trying to feel something that's missing on the inside of us. And pretty much what I've learned, that missing thing is God. God being the central part of your very being. But to break down this morning's note, I says when you don't seek happiness within, you will inevitably seek it outside yourself. What happens is when we looking for happiness, instead of us learning to look within for our happiness, we look for external stimuli, people, places, things, whatever it might be, but that's dangerous simply because once that stuff is no longer there, happiness tends to go right along with it. So somebody that was in our life that was making us happy once upon a time, they gone. So now guess what? That happiness is gone. Things that we had in our life that made us happy, guess what? When that thing is gone, guess what? Happiness gone. And whatever it might be, and the danger is, a lot of times, which the next statement says, placing your pursuit of happiness in someone else's hands leads to low self-esteem, compromised morality, low standards in choosing friends and mates, and poor emotional and physical health. That's why it's dangerous to seek your happiness externally, especially when it comes to people. When those people, things, or whatever it might be are gone, it leads to low self-esteem, and in some instances, it leads to depression in people. That's the danger in seeking external stimuli for your happiness. But to even go further, and doing that, putting our placing your pursuit of happiness in someone else's hands, it creates openings that can be exploited by those who want some from you. I'm going to speak to the brothers and the sisters on this. Be careful when you put your happiness in somebody else's hands, because when people see how needy you are, they can exploit that need and again take advantage of you. They could use that opening or that weakness to get what they want out of you. They know you looking for this, so guess what? I'm gonna give them that, but guess what? I'm gonna get this from them. And and you so caught up in them giving you what you think you need to be happy, and don't even realize they using you until they get everything they can out of you. And then guess what? Going on about their business, you left with low self-esteem. A lot of people sink into the depression, and guess what? Leave you in a poor emotional state, and a lot of times people be in a poor physical state as well, because I've heard people talk about when they love somebody so much, and then that person is gone. Now guess what? They can't eat, they can't sleep. They thinking all day, every day about what they did wrong. Emotional health is shot. Physical health is shot. That's why it's important for us to learn to look within ourselves and make ourselves happy ourselves, instead of putting our happiness in somebody else's hand. But here's the other part to it. They could tell you things that make you feel good, that feed your ego, that satisfy your search for happiness. Brothers, sisters alike, especially for those that are in relationships, seeking relationships or whatever, speaking to those that are in relationships. When someone comes along and you open yourself up to them and they see your weaknesses, they can exploit that. They can say like, oh, this is what they looking for, especially when it comes to women. A brother come along, you open yourself up to that brother about relational issues you having with your current man. Like, oh, he ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. So let me start doing this. Let me start doing that. Not even knowing that they could be doing it with the wrong motives in mind. They could be doing that just to get what they want from you, and then get what they want from you, and they gone, got the goods, they gone, and guess what? Leaving you in a worse emotional state than the current state you were in before you started messing around. Same premise with the brothers. Women you open yourself up to a woman, and you telling her what your woman ain't doing, or what your girl ain't doing, or what your wife ain't doing. She's like, oh, and don't let her be feeling you a little bit, and she like, oh, I could do that, or I could take the pain away and all, and you fall for it, and then she get what she giving you what you think you need, she getting what she want, then once she get what she wants, she gone, and guess what? You really messed up about it. But here's the last thing I want to bring out is, again, they gain your trust, influence your response to situations, and ultimately shape your decisions. Guess what? I've heard so many people say in times past, because they had bad relationships, that guess what? They don't think they can ever love again, or they have a bad marriage. I don't think I could ever get married again. Why is that? Because you allow what you've been through, your happiness you sought in somebody else, to affect your happiness or the way you look at situations in general forever. Again, be careful, when you seek your happiness from external stimuli. Very dangerous, because one, material stuff is temporal. Two, people come and go, but the one thing that does last is God. Allow God to fill that emptiness you feel that you need for happiness, and then allow that happiness to emanate to the situations and circumstances outside your life. So with that being said, hope you enjoyed this morning's morality moment. Peace, and I'm out.